but you weren't live streaming. Not like we are now. Hi, everybody. Hey, we're live
Hey,
streaming.
we're live. This is great. Oh, to
This-
enter device password. How many times have I plugged in phone to this computer?
How
Why don't you?
many? How many times? Countless times.
How
There,
many
you can't.
times must a
How
phone plug in before it can be trusted phone?
trusted phone. I am trusted phone. Hello.
Hello, trusted phone. I am trusted computer.
I am Dennis Caleb McCoy.
Hey, did you know we're at 100 followers?
Oh, I did know that, Brandon. Oh, I did.
When did we hit that?
Pain in the ass salon.
Oh shit. That's cool.
Uh, cool, 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 cool. I
Cool,
don't.
cool,
Well,
cool.
people that follow us will get a notification that we are live. Everybody else is just gonna have to find out the hard way.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't
Oh
know
my.
what the hard way is, but they're gonna
That's
find
so cool. That's so cool. We're on Twitter with it all. That's so yeah. That's
out. Hi,
awesome.
Twitter. Hi to all the tweets out there.
Hey guys. Great.
Hello.
Um.
Hi,
All right. Well. Hey. Oh, Omar's in town.
Omar. Quick on the uptake.
Oh
Nothing
man.
gets past him. He's
You know what?
ready. He's ready pre-show. He's pre-showing.
He's pre-showing. I sent him the song that I wrote this weekend. That I haven't sent you yet because it's a little crass.
Okay.
It's
All right.
it's one of those songs that you 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 play for your boys
But I'm
and
not your boys.
well, where when they're not around their kids or grandkids at
Oh.
all.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
Like
Only when they're streaming live to Omar and Punker Bean. Hey, Bunker Bean, how you doing?
Tucker Bean. Hey. Yeah, it's a song where there's frivolous use of the word penis.
Oh yeah.
One of
One
those
of
songs.
those songs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we'll have to listen to it in the post show or something.
I'll put it on Patreon, so they can hear it, and then they could be like, you know what, I'm taking my money back. I don't support this
This,
kind of crass humor,
yeah.
14-year-old
I
humor.
also decided I'm gonna record me making the show graphic this week, and I'm gonna upload that on Patreon as well.
Oh shit,
But
that sounds fun.
what we should do is we should just start the show
We should. I don't know why I'm waiting.
without any further ado. It's Rachel, President Rachel Business. Yes, you're welcome for the stickers.
Yes, we'll talk about all that and more on the next episode of Apathetic Enthusiasm, coming to you live from
Coming to you live from Dimensions.
You asked for it. Here it is. It's a podcast from Apathetic Enthusiasm.
On this week's Apathetic Enthusiasm, it's time to face the music. Let's face imaginary airplanes and wastelands and all sorts of other things. It's Apathetic Enthusiasm.
It's Apathetic Enthusiasm. Welcome once again to the show that makes you drop your shoes off at the cobbler. Is that what they're called? The cobblers?
Cobblers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
They go. They take your shoes and they use the shoes to collect all of the peaches or apples from the local orchards.
Yeah.
And then they make fruit cobblers. That's what.
Well,
that's
it's actually funny that you're bringing that up because early on in the 1400s or so, they would take their shoes and they'd gather peaches and they'd gather cherries, they'd gather apples, all these different types of fruits, and they used to walk on dirt roads. They would create their paths through the forest and stuff like that. Well, what they realize is if they're carrying these shoes full of fruit, they need to have a set path set in stone, and that's where cobblestone came from. A lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah,
but
and that's the hard hitting educational history that we bring you each and every week here on Apathetic Enthusiasm. Hi, everybody. I'm Travis.
Hey, everybody. I'm Brandon. And last note I want to say is, those folks used to be called elves, the cobbler elves.
The cobbler elves. They
Yeah.
made fudge striped cookies. Uh,
Yeah. Anyways, welcome.
yes,
welcome to the show.
Welcome. You've survived the idiotic ramblings part of our show, brought to you by us. You also, if you're watching live on Twitch or YouTube, got through the hey, Travis is using the wrong frames, and I feel like I'm watching one podcast while listening to another. But everything is straightened out now, and we're ready to get into the all important weekly ways that you can get in touch with us. If you are a new fan of the show, or maybe you've been listening for a long time and you've just somehow forgotten, you can always hit us up on Twitter at Apathusiast. I'm at Jugglemino. He's at Barnyard Cruise. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Apathetic Enthusiasm Show, or send us an email with your thoughts, opinions, ideas, suggestions at apatheticenthusiasmshow@gmail.com. You can follow along Brandon's silly antics, and maybe I post something once a year over at apathetic_enthusiasm over on Instagram. And then our website, where you can find this podcast and all of our other podcasts, apatheticenthusiasm.com. Once again, huge shout out to those watching us live at twitch.tv/apatheticenthusiasm, or on YouTube, youtube.com/apatheticenthusiasm. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, awesome friends, fans, listeners, watchers, whatever it is you do. Yeah, and then you could buy shirts at TeePublic, apatheticenthusiasm.com/shop, or Patreon. Fun things happening over at patreon.com/rickandmortypod. And yeah, Brandon, how the heck are you?
You know. Thank you for asking, Travis. We get so caught up around the tree bark, so to speak, of thinking about our social mediums, that we don't inquire about those closest to us. And you are the one closest to me right now. And I appreciate you asking me about how I'm doing, but I want to ask you, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing fine.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good. The weather is cooling down ever so slightly. There's a hint of change in the air, that fall may be just around the corner. We're getting into those late stages of summer. The kids are absorbing as much
Sure.
of the daylight as they can, and then
Sure.
and before you know it, I'm gonna be not just protecting myself and others from COVID-19 with a face mask, but also keeping my face warm. That's what I realized today. I was walking to work and I was like, this mask is going to be awesome when it's like 30 degrees outside, and it blocks the wind a little bit. And I'm looking forward. I don't know, silver linings. You gotta look for the silver linings in a global pandemic. So
Yeah. Well, so long as they're in your playbook, it shouldn't be any trouble finding them.
He did it, guys. He did it.
So let me talk about myself for a minute.
I wish you would.
You asked me about how I'm doing. Well, I went to the comic book store the other day, and while I was there, I picked up 3 new pops. And I don't want to stand up and grab for it, but I bought 3 new pops. One for me, one for Chelsea, and one for my 8-year-old.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you wouldn't have liked it anyways, because they are the Killer Clowns from Outer Space pops, and there's only 3 of them.
And you got the whole set?
Got the whole set. I bought them. I brought them home, and I said, each one of you gets one. The kiddo, he took Spike, which is the small clown, and then immediately took him out of the box, and I was like, ah.
And then he took the box and he crushed it, and he stomped on it, and he threw it in the trash. Not even the recycling. He just threw it in the trash.
Yeah. Well,
he looked at you the whole time while he's doing it, like.
Yeah.
No, we're
little
not.
jerk.
We're not keeping these in pristine condition.
Well, he said it's because if it's in the box, he can't play with it, which is fair. He bought. I have the Overwatch set for him, so he has the little hamster one. He's got the robot with the bird on him.
It's been a minute since I played Overwatch, and I used to play a lot of Overwatch. Bastion is the robot with the
Bastion.
bird.
That's right.
Hammond, I think, is the hamster.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He
Thank
doesn't want
you.
any. He doesn't want any other characters. He has a Hulkbuster armor pop. That's the one. That's the third one he has, and now he has Spike, the little clown from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But other than that, I'm doing decent.
I on the topic of how our respective children treat their pops, I I will go into my son's room and find pop vinyl figures out of the box and on the floor under the bed, any number of locations. It is frustrating to me. And I am one who will unbox numerous pops. Although I'm as of late, like all four of these Rick and Morty pops that are on the shelf behind me here, those are all in boxes. We got some Noob over there. I think there's like the Western Rick and Morty are both in there.
Oh yeah.
Spacesuit Rick with the space snake staying in his box right here on the desk.
Heyo.
And then
Hey.
the characters from Splash Mountain, I went and picked up the box set of
Ooh.
all three of those guys.
You went and picked them up before they were gotten rid of.
The day that they announced they were retheming that ride, I ordered them on Disney Shop, whatever. And like within 24 hours they were sold out. So and then my son, who that's his favorite ride at Disney World, was like, "Are those for me?" And I was like, "No, they're not. They're for your dad."
Wait, did you leave them in the box? You took them out of the box.
No, they're in the box. They're right there. They're in the box.
Oh,
No, that's Sandlot. That's Squints and Wendy Peppercorn from the Sandlot. Off screen for the viewing audience, but Brandon can see it. Those are the those are the ones. We'll have to do a behind the scenes pop parade or something for the good folks. But we're not here to talk about pops.
No.
This ain't a popcast. This is a podcast. So stupid. We have a movie first and foremost to discuss this evening that spoilers, Brandon is hanging out with the two leading characters if you're watching live on stream. Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yeah.
Released directly to numerous platforms. Are there theaters that are running this, or is it only direct to streaming?
I believe it might be in theaters. I don't know actually. Here's what I did on Friday. Just a behind the scenes Brandon life story. Friday came out. Friday was released on calendars everywhere. And
I was thinking of the movie Friday with yeah, all the people in Friday. I don't know who's Bill and Ted. So
that's fine. So yeah, Friday rolled around and I said, okay, what's coming out? I knew that Bill and Ted was coming out. I knew that New Mutants was coming out, and I knew that Tenet was coming out. Well, I knew that Bill and Ted was coming video on demand. I knew that because I had planned well in advance that I was going to pay for it and watch it at home with
Did
the
you
family.
buy or rent?
I rented, and here's why. Because renting, the money goes more directly to the creators and the artists.
I didn't know that. If you had told me that when I asked you, instead of waiting until the next day, I also may have rented it. But so you went out and you rented it.
Yeah. So New Mutants, not video on demand. Tenet, not video on demand. Bill and Ted, video on demand. I forget what the point of that was, other than to say this was the only one I knew that was out on video on demand. I didn't go to look at theaters because I'm not trying to go to a theater.
Yeah,
know?
which if that's something that you're willing to do, it is apparently showing in select theaters around the country, perhaps around the world, around history. Who knows? But it is showing in some theaters. I'm starting to get one of the theaters in my area just reopened this last week, and so now I'm starting to get the emails that I always used to get about, hey, join us for, $5 Tuesdays, or join us for the, and I'm like, guys, I don't think I'm gonna be there. Sorry. I nope.
No.
I'm not ready yet. I still haven't eaten in a restaurant, guys. Can we level? I know we're talking about Bill and Ted, but I still haven't eaten in a restaurant, and I'm
Well, this is fine. This is fine because I think some of that latent 2020ism will be talked about over the course of talking about Bill and Ted. I
Sure.
think I think that's a piece of it, right? So Bill and Ted Face the Music, directed by Dean Parasot, who also directed Galaxy Quest back in the day, Red, a few other things. Written by Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon, who they created the characters back in the day. Who is this starring? A little unknown man named Keanu Reeves.
yeah, new to acting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think he might have been in something when he was a kid, maybe.
Yeah.
Alex Winter, Kristen Schaal, Samara Weaving, who is Hugo Weaving's daughter or niece, one of those two. Bridget Lundy Payne, William Sadler as Death himself, Aaron Hayes and Jayma Mays as Bill and Ted's princesses. Yes, Bill and Ted 3. It's finally here. When I say it's finally here, it's not even something that I had ever expected or wanted out of my life. I didn't realize when I didn't see Bill and Ted before I saw Bogus Journey. Right, Bogus Journey was the first Bill and Ted movie I saw.
What? Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. That is. I find that shocking.
Well, the reason I saw Bogus Journey before Excellent Adventure was, for some reason, I don't think if my dad rented it. Right, there was a movie store by our house. We always went there, called Tenerife Video. It's not there anymore because one, movie stores don't exist anymore, and then the other Blockbuster wiped them out. Good riddance, Anyway, he may have rented Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure at one point in time, but I wasn't there to see it. I may have been just slightly too young because I think it came out when, like 80, 89, something like that.
Yeah, Bill and Ted was 89. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was 7 years old. Maybe wasn't quite there yet. Having said that, my 8-year-old loves Excellent Adventure. Okay, so Bogus Journey, I saw that because I lived right down the driveway from my grandparents, and they had HBO. And as we all know about HBO back in the day, they would show the same 3 movies over and over again. So I saw Short Circuit 2 dozens of times. I saw Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey dozens of times. And so that is the movie that I always attribute to Bill and Ted. That's where my allegiance lies with the first two.
That's fascinating to me because I have real issues with Bogus Journey. I mean, it's not perfect, but it doesn't hold a candle for me to Excellent Adventure. But I probably watched Excellent Adventure on repeat the way you watched Bogus Journey. Probably. It's like I don't know if we owned a VHS. I don't know if it was on cable or something. Not likely because I don't think I had cable for most of my childhood. But I definitely watched Excellent Adventure numerous times growing up, and yeah, absolutely love the film.
I think, I like Excellent Adventure now as a. I mean, I liked it before once I actually finally saw it. But I think the stuff with medieval times, all that was kind of uninteresting to me. But I don't know if it appeals more to folks because San Dimas High School football rules and and all of that kind of feel that it's kind of grounded, even though there's all this time travel stuff.
Yeah.
It's grounded in a in this area of the world, and that is a part of the character of the movie. And for Southern California kids, it just kind of applies, right?
It does. It does. Omar in the chat saying Bogus Journey greater than Excellent Adventure. I want to know if you're watching on any platform, let us know which is your preferred OG Bill and Ted. Is it Excellent Adventure or Bogus Journey? We want to hear your thoughts. Also, if you're listening later, hit us up at Apathusiast or wherever. We want to know what is your preferred movie prior to Face the Music, because now there's a whole new
wrinkle in time.
A whole new challenger enters the ring. Yeah.
It's time we talk about Bill and Ted 3 Face the Music. Okay, Travis, full disclosure, when you heard that there was going to be a sequel to Bill and Ted, what jumped out at you? What was your thought on there being a sequel?
Cautious optimism, hopeful, but also I was real worried because Keanu Reeves has obviously bloomed into this huge superstar, this well-known actor who's played a variety of roles and is not Ted Theodore Logan. That character is not the first person you think of, most people think of when they think of Keanu Reeves in 2020. So, and then Alex Winter, he's done some good things, but he just hasn't had the same level of breakout stardom that Keanu Reeves has had. And you think about these characters who are the slacker teenagers that don't have their life together, and you realize, all right, these guys, are they gonna be slacker teenagers in their 50s, or how is this gonna work? So I was hopeful that it would. Obviously, the idea of time travel and all of those things that make up a Bill and Ted movie, along with music, are all great things and the reasons why I think we enjoyed the films to begin with, the original films. So there's hope that it could be great, but I was tempering my expectations so that I wouldn't expect too much going into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the tempering the expectations to a certain extent, especially when you for Keanu. We'll start with Keanu, right? You go from superstar, you go from being Neo, and then you go to being John Wick and just murdering so many people, and Point Break. You go from Point Break and Speed. and you're going back to a role that was not a throwaway role, right? But it's a role that was when I was a kid. I've moved on, and I taking on that and knowing that he was coming back for it, to me that said a lot to my optimism for the film going into it, and with it being announced. I think of we're gonna say New Kids on the Block. This bear with me. For a long time, old Donnie Wahlberg was like, "No, I ain't doing that shit ever again." Right?
I'm better than that.
I'm better than that. I am too good for NKOTB. All right? I'm Donnie Wahlberg. I was the kid who murdered somebody in The Sixth Sense, okay? God damn it.
Ooh, spoilers. No.
But that's I think he ended up coming back. Doesn't matter. The point is Keanu coming back said, "Look, I'm not too good for this. This there is something there. There is nostalgia. There's something that a story that can be told that is good there, and from there, I'm okay, cool. I'm all in for the film. Which brings us to actually watching it. I think.
Yeah,
It-
yeah,
it-
I guess so. Which did you watch it Friday night?
no. I watched it Saturday actually. I wanted to watch it Friday, but Chelsea had someone that she had to see, and then she came home, and then she woke up at like 2 in the afternoon, and then we watched it from there.
There you go. Yeah, and then after you watched it, you're like, you have to watch this. We are definitely talking about this on Monday on Apathetic Enthusiasm. So I picked it up on Sunday, watched it last night before turning in for the evening, and I was not entirely sure whether or not Sheena would want to watch this. I know I have an affinity for the originals, but I was like, all right, I'm watching the new Bill and Ted movie. Are you watching it with me, or am I just gonna go watch this? She's like, I'll watch it with you. I don't know that she loved it. I feel like she was okay when like one of the kids called her out of the room to like ask for help with something. She's like, yeah, okay, I'll come help you. And I'm like, do you want me to pause it? No, go ahead.
That's the telltale sign. That's always a telltale sign when you say, let me pause it. Let me pause. No, it's fine. Go ahead. Keep watching.
Like, yep, all right. Not for her. Got it. But I was enjoying it, and there were, in terms of comedy, there were moments where like the laugh didn't fully land for me, but there were other times where I was legit like laughing out loud by myself, even at times. Just some of the stuff that they presented in this film, I was cracking up. I thought there was some really funny moments, and I don't know. I think especially this year, it's weird because the media that I'm ingesting is not necessarily typical, and I'm not going out to movie theaters to see new movies, and even the amount of movies that are coming out is sort of different unless it's coming like directly to Netflix or something like that. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. It was fun. I thought the cast was great, and yeah, I don't know. There's some specifics that we'll get into, but by the end of it, I was like, this was a good movie. Like this was good.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing going into it is kind of getting over that Keanu doesn't have a beard and he's not killing people with as many different knives or guns as possible. That
Sure.
he is older. I would say that Alex Winter aged wonderfully. Like he looks I don't know, he looks normal to me, and he's natural in that role. The one thing I would say about Keanu, I love him, like he felt a little unnatural in his character sometimes.
Okay, I want to explore this for a minute though.
Yeah.
Because Alex Winter, in terms of like his filmography,
Sure.
everything that I've ever really seen him in that I can recall, which is movies that start with the words Bill and Ted, and
The Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys. That's the other one. But even in The Lost Boys, he's kind of like a Bill S. Preston version of a vampire. So to a degree.
True.
So he's not like, in the middle. No, I don't think he does that. But so we kind of only know him as this character, whereas Keanu Reeves, we know as a lot of different characters. And so for him to come back as Ted is kind of like maybe a little bit more jarring than it is to see Bill. I don't know.
You know what I think? You know what I think it is one of the things I said about John Wick that made it so successful is that Keanu Reeves doesn't have to say a lot of lines. and
whoa.
the more he has to speak, the less likely I am to believe his character as a character. He was in Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola back in the 90s. He was in A Midsummer Night's Dream back in the 90s. There's a lot of dialogue there. Not a great vehicle for old Keanu, right? So I would say that Keanu, he has his characters, and they all kind of seem the same. He has that same tone, much like Alex Winter. But I've seen Alex Winter do things not as an actor. I mentioned that we talked about Showbiz Kids, a couple weeks ago. I've talked about In Search of Darkness, which is that Shudder documentary about horror movies in the 80s. That he is very, very intelligent and well spoken. So I guess seeing him in that, and then seeing him in this, makes me appreciate his shtick, if you will, for Bill and Ted.
Well, and yeah, if you look him up on IMDb, he has more like director credits than acting credits, and so as a director and a producer, he's definitely continued to do some really awesome things. But I don't know. I thought it was fun to see these two back together on screen. I felt like the way they brought us up to speed over the last couple decades, 2.5 decades, was pretty cool, and it set the tone for the movie as something that was going to be fun. It kind of brought people up to speed if you forgot what the first two movies were about. Like if you hadn't been popping in the VHS copies of Excellent Adventure recently, our neighbor across the street just this evening asked if we had a VHS player, and my youngest was like, "What is that?" And then my son referred to it as, it's like DVDs, but they're rectangles. It's pretty spot on.
When you're not wrong, you're not wrong. I have a Blu-ray VHS split. If anybody needs to rip some Blu-rays to VHS.
I don't think that's the intended direction for that, but all right, good to know that it has that capability. I want to know a little bit about your thoughts on the plot of the film, and we can try to avoid spoilers if folks care about that sort of thing. But overall, did you feel like they were able to come up with a decent story for this film, or did you have issues with it?
I like the story. I'll say real quick that the reveal that happens at the end of the movie. I don't know if you're supposed to know what that reveal is supposed to be, basically right off the bat. But
it felt super obvious to me from the beginning.
All right. So it felt very telegraphed, which is fine, right? Because that kind of we're not going into spoilers, but that kind of sticks with the whole kind of mentality of Bill and Ted throughout the series, where the audience can kind of gauge where the story is heading, but these two friends are going on an adventure together, and they're discovering the twists and turns for themselves. Yeah. I'll go into that. I was going to talk about the characters themselves, but the story overall, what I like about it is, they're in their mid 40s. We are close to our 40s here, and there is this piece where you're supposed to do something great, and people have these high expectations for you, and you're like, I'm gonna do something, doing something fantastic, and well, shit, I still haven't done it.
Yeah,
I still haven't done it, and the weight of the world just kind of like slowly, chiseling at your will, right? And these two go, and you know what, they're about to give up, but then something kicks them off again, and rather than give up, they push forward and they want to make things better, they want to make things right. And that's what has always appealed to them, and I think that's why the story is so great. And there's a obviously their daughters are in it, which is a big part of the theme of parenthood. And Kristen Shaw's character, for example, too. There's parenthood there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what'd you think?
I hated it. No, I'm just kidding. I am a little bit more critical of it, I think. I don't know how much new audiences are gonna like love it on its own. They could like it a lot more. My almost 13-year-old came in as I was watching towards the end of it, and she's like, "Oh, what's this movie?" And I gave her a brief synopsis of the last 30 years, and she's like, "Oh, cool, can I watch it?" And I was like, "Yeah, but you may want to watch these other movies first, because I feel like it relies heavily on the first two films, both in its callbacks and also sort of just a general understanding of how things work. It very much skips over that, which is fine. Hopefully, it is a sequel, so it doesn't have to explain everything. But there is a significant gap between 1991 and 2020.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. Most people can agree that Toy Story 3 wrecked you emotionally, and it was a
Most
good.
people agree that it wrecked me emotionally, or that it just wrecked. Yeah, no,
wrecked.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Cry almost every time I watch it.
Without having the history of those characters from Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, and having established their relationships and how much they've gone through, Toy Story 3 doesn't hit as hard.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not saying it doesn't hit, but it doesn't hit as hard. And so to your point, same thing with Bill and Ted 3. It relies heavily on having established the relationship between Missy and Bill and Ted's dad, right?
The way Missy got around in that family in the beginning wedding toast, that was pretty hilarious.
Yeah. The relationship with their wives, they showing the growth there. I mentioned his dad already, but with death, William Sadler coming back, and it relies heavily on having established that those relationships are something that we care about. And so when we talk about nostalgia, right, this isn't using nostalgia as just a vehicle to get money out of our pockets. It's using that as benefit for the story and for these characters' growth.
Sure. Absolutely. I enjoyed the story overall. There's a little bit of, rehashing or repetition, but it's done in a different way, and it's done in a fun way. All of the iterations of Bill and Ted that they went and to go and interact with, those had me cracking up. The guys in prison, I lost it. I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, there's some really good stuff in this movie, and I don't know, I liked it.
And standout new character, who would it be? Who or what would it be?
For me, absolutely, it's the robot. And I kept IMDb up just so I get this right. Dennis Caleb McCoy. Dennis is by far my favorite character in the film.
Yeah. At some point in time, my 8-year-old said, as we're cracking up, just saying this is my new favorite character in the series.
And the best part about him is he does such a 180 over the course of the film, where he is like this ominous Terminator, like cyber warrior from the future that's gonna travel back in time to destroy Bill and Ted. And by the end, he's like, "Hey guys, I'm a person too. Okay, like, can I come? I got lost on the way to the van. Could you let me in? I appreciate it."
Uh, it's yeah, that transformation, that 180 is just something you have to experience
Yeah,
because
for sure.
it uh, it starts as like a very 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 gradual thing when he does one thing, and it's as simple as just eye shift, like just an
Yeah,
eye shift,
yeah.
uncertain eye shift, and then by the end of it, he's just God, it's fucking wonderful.
It was great. It was terrific. Did you have any other like favorite moments or things that really stood out to you or got you rolling?
um there were a couple more parts that got me rolling, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. I love seeing William Sadler as Death again
Yeah.
because he does such a good job as doing the bass solo stuff and being an insecure embodiment of, you know, the afterlife.
The portrayal of Rufus's daughter is Kristen Shaw, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought she was great. I like her in just about anything, but the way she was like on whatever futuristic trans-dimensional cell phone, just like bickering with her mom the whole time and all this, like, and then even like uh, in a scene where they're in hell and she's just like, "Oh yeah, like what? Great. Did your plan work and stuff?" And like all this. I thought some of her scenes were really fantastic. They did a good job of trying to bring George Carlin into the movie in some way, without him being alive, and honoring that character through a hologram, which I thought was cool as well.
Yeah, yeah. They this isn't a rolling on the floor laughing thing at all. But the end of the movie and the moral the climax of the film, which won't get into in detail here, but it was, I'm a big music guy, and I love music, and I think music is just it's a great way to connect to other folks. And in 2020, as a lot of us are teleworking, you and I are always podcasting. It's not as if we'd hang out anyways because you're in a different state. But still, we would hang out if we could. And it just it made me kind of miss that aspect of the world where we're not all kind of holed up in our houses and on with face masks and all that type of stuff. And so the climax of the movie and in the credits of the movie, I was like, don't you get back in there, Tear. Don't you come out. Don't you come out there, Tears.
That's the unexpected part of this film is it has a great message in there, and by the end of this film, it does tell us something, and it's a movie that has a lot of hope, kind of snuck in, and the ideas around music and the power of music to bring people together. I immediately thought of you, not just because you had required that I watch this, but just the way that you have been able to use music to connect with people, and I think that's terrific, and I think that adds a lot of value to the movie for me in how it ended. And music's always been sort of central to Bill and Ted, right? They've always been about Wild Stallions and
Mhm.
their band and stuff like that. So, and even Excellent Adventure sort of ended with a big concert because it was all about bringing all those people together. So, in that way, I think it did went really far to honor the original movies, but also say something different and bring new aspects of the story to light as well. So yeah, overall, I'm not upset that I spent the extra $5 to purchase it. I was like, all right, I'll give them extra because it's hard times. But apparently, the studio is going to eat up more of that money or something. I don't know. Sorry, producers. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was good. Any other final thoughts about the movie or things before we move on to a couple other little topics?
Yeah, I overall recommend it. I told Omar that he had to go watch it. He's like, really? You think I should? I'm like, yeah. Who also said that New Mutants sucked? Just throwing that out there.
You did.
Uh, I do heavily. If you like the first two Bill and Ted's, then you should see Bill and Ted Face the Music. I think it does a good job of closing out the trilogy that we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, that I will say that for sure. This is a good ending, and there's even a line in the movie about some stories don't make sense until the end or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And this movie does that to a degree, but also does that for the entire trilogy now, where it works. It builds on those originals and makes a cohesive story out of the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, good stuff. Check it out. You can find it on almost any platform streaming. They're distributed across just about
I'm
everywhere.
Time and space. Yeah, and if you've seen it, if after you've listened to this and you've watched it and you have thoughts, make sure you hit us up on Twitter at Apathusiast or send us an email apatheticenthusiasmshow@gmail.com.
Yeah, special shout out to new follower. I'm gonna go with
Flagogl.
Fleagoggle 21. Thank you
21.
for the follow on Twitch. We're gonna shift into some vidya games for the final portion of our show. We've been playing very different video games. I think I downloaded the infamous Microsoft Flight Simulator and then had to wait to play it because it used up all of my internet for the month just trying to download the dang thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have stupid internet people.
I have stupid internet people, that's for sure. No, I just have to pay more this month because I downloaded it. 150 gigs just for the game. Still not as big as I think Warzone or whatever it is. But yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator available through Xbox Game Pass for free. Not a sponsor, but if you're a Game Pass subscriber, which is how I ended up getting it, they have this whole deal with PC gaming where you can download certain games for PC if you're playing on Windows. And I have one of these hands-on throttle and stick joystick deals, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull that out of the box. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna fly me some airplanes. And then a day and a half later, it finished downloading and installing, and then I did, and it's interesting. The game takes place like in real time, so it pulls in like satellite data and actual information about the entire planet, so you can go to actual places, and there's 3D renderings of like your house or famous cities, all kinds of things like that. I can fly over Disney World should I choose to do so. But along with that, it'll bring in like real-time weather patterns. So the hurricanes that were in the Gulf over the last week, there were people that were flying into like the hurricanes and like around them and like actually getting like a sense of scale and being able to see like how big it was. And
that's cool.
And then you can fly, like there's other players in the game, so like a bunch of people could meet up, on a private
Oh.
island or things like that. So,
You have,
along
like,
with just
you have
the
avatars. You have like little avatars that you walk around like.
no, there's avatars that are like inside your plane, but they just always stay inside the plane. So, but in terms of my extensive experience with the game, I've gotten through most of the tutorial, and I haven't successfully like been able to navigate my plane along like a landing. Like you're supposed to do like touch and goes where you take off and fly around a pattern and then land it, but I'm missing a turn somewhere, and I think I need to turn on whatever cheat tells you like the objective is right here, because I think I'm just expected to know where in space to turn like effectively, and it's not telling me. So I'm a little wishy-washy there, but overall, like, it's a game that's cool because, like, yeah, I can fly, but the level of detail in terms of everything that you can pay attention to, I want to figure out a way to, if I can like get it on multiple screens, because I've got multiple screens on my setup here, different monitors. If I could make that a little bit more immersive. I don't know if it has VR capabilities. I don't think it does. But
look up into,
It is true. It's true. But really interesting stuff. If you are playing Microsoft Simulator or Flight Simulator, yeah, hit me up. Let me know if you're playing. Maybe I'll turn it back on. We'll go fly some Cessnas over, wherever.
Fly a formation somewhere,
Yeah.
and land in Jamaica.
I jumped out of the tutorial. I'm like, I just want to fly somewhere. So I was like, I'll just do a quick trip from LA to San Diego, from Brandon's hometown to my hometown. And I start out in LAX. I'm in a completely different plane than I was learning on, so all the instruments were different. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to try to take off. I took off, no problem. And it's like, all right, get to your cruising altitude. I was like, I have no idea what my cruising altitude's supposed to be. So I just kept like kind of flying upward. And I think I maybe got halfway to San Diego, but it had been like 40 minutes. And I was like, this is like real. Like, this is so real. Like, it's going to take a while for me to, I should probably be landing soon or something. But yeah. And then I think I tried to skip to the approach portion, and the game like stopped working. So yeah, but it's interesting game. I don't know that I'll play it forever, which is why I'm happy I got it on Game Pass.
Yeah, Game Pass Ultimate. The last flight simulator I played was in the mid 90s, and they didn't have all this real time bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It was all based off of the ones and zeros of the programmer who designed this stuff. But that's the thing that always kind of stuck out to me about it, was the real time aspect of it. I could get up in the sky, and to me, I was like, maybe I didn't really fully grasp what a simulator was when I was 13, 14. I took off from LAX, and I'm like, let me go to Colorado Springs, and I'm flying, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm flying a plane. Okay, well,
We
guess
there
I'm
yet?
done.
we there.
I'm gonna play X-wing versus TIE Fighter. That's what I'm gonna do next.
Star Wars Squadrons coming out in November, I think.
Yeah. We'll talk about that then. But anyways, Flight Simulator, that's fun. We talk about Game Pass. I'm gonna switch it up to my topic of video game talk. It's a game that came out on Game Pass recently. I had it queued up. I had the picture queued up.
So smooth, Brandon.
Wasteland 3, which if you have Game Pass, you can download it now. It is a sequel to Wasteland 2 and subsequently Wasteland. Wasteland 2 came out in 2014-ish time frame, and it's kind of like if Fallout hadn't gone crappier. And it it was still isometric.
Shots fired, but okay.
It's isometric in the sense that you're kind of that kind of like diagonal third person looking at it from above type stuff. It's an RPG, and so you have your squad of folks. You get into combat. You fight robots. You fight humans. You fight desert irradiated creatures, and you level up your squad. Very, very straightforward kind of Fallout type of game, but you have a lot more folks with you to help fight your battles, and you can, you have your people who are like snipers, you have your folks who are brawlers who get up close and punch and fight. You have whatever standard type of tropes. What you got? Well, Wasteland 3 goes away from the desert, which is usually in Arizona, and it goes to Colorado Springs, which is my old stomping ground. That's where I was in 2010 to 2013 ish, and I gotta say it's really weird. It goes from desert to being like in Colorado in the middle of winter,
Mm-hmm.
and they talk a lot about places that I know about living in Colorado Springs, like. They talk about Peterson Air Force Base, and they talk about Garden of the Gods, and they talk about Arapahoe Basin, and they talk about Aspen, and they talk about Denver, and they talk about all these things. I'm like, I'm freaking out here. But I played it a good amount this weekend. It's actually co-op, so you can do the co-op campaign with another person, a friend. I was doing it with Matt Sizemore. But I stopped playing with him, and I just started doing it on my own, and it's really, really good. But here's the problem: it's still buggy as shit, and it crashes at random times.
Is it like is it like an alpha or beta version? Like it's
No.
pre-release or
No, it's released, which is even more frustrating to me. But here, the thing about it is, if I'm in a menu and all of a sudden my game goes and then crashes, there's a half a second where I say, do I need to keep playing this game? And then I load it back up, because it is really, really good. And I think multiplayer is worse. So I'm not recommending anybody do that right now. But I do recommend, if you are in the mood for a post-apocalyptic kind of wasteland type of game, and you like role-playing games where you have a squad of folks and you level them all up and experience that story, then I recommend it.
yeah.
I might recommend it further, like maybe a month down the road when more bugs are fixed.
when those are all cleared up. Yeah.
But check it out.
Check it out. All right. Well, yeah, I think that about sums up all of the main topics that we had. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for watching. If you are listening, if you're a new listener to the podcast, make sure that you head out to Apple Podcasts, if that is a podcatcher that you like to use, and rate and review this podcast. Helps others to find it and helps us know what you guys think. If you are watching for the first time, maybe you're catching this after the fact over on YouTube, you can hit that subscribe button. You can thumbs up the video. You can do all that fun stuff. Subscribe so that you know when we go live, and you can be a part of the live streams every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's when we stream these for all of you good folks. And then we're gonna do a little bit of post-show hangout just for the live stream folks, where we just hang out and talk a little bit extra. So don't miss that. If you want to be a part of that, you can check us out for the live streams. And don't if you are a Patreon patron, make sure that you check out all of the things that are going up live over there. Episode 3, right, Brandon? Of It's on Random, just recently dropped out there, and I'm gonna share an art sort of video this week. So make sure that you're checking those out as well.
That's right. And as always, we say it every week, every episode that we do of any of our shows. We thank you for listening. We thank you for being part of this adventure with us. let's face the music together. Isn't that the whole point of it all? Isn't that the whole point of life? Is just taking on challenges together. Anyways, hey, I'm Brandon, and that's
And I'm Travis. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Another flawless ending, Brandon. It was perfect, succinct. It was everything that we could hope for. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching live right now on Twitch or YouTube, this moment is specifically for you. That's right. No more scripted movie reviews. No more.
It was awful.
No more. That's we're talking with you. We're hanging out with you. Drop your comments in the chat. Let us know what you're doing tonight. What you've been playing. What you've been watching.
I just didn't want to talk shit about Bill and Ted, just in case Alex Winter was following us on Twitter and he just happened to stop in. I didn't want to be like, yeah, by the way, he's old, he's awful, and nothing he's doing is good anymore.
We've talked about 2 of his major projects in the last month, but we hate him. He's the worst.
I say that, but we're actually still alive and streaming everywhere. So he probably just rolled in right now.
Just now. He's like, wow, these guys, what jerks.
At Winter, he probably does not like at Barnyard.
Did you send him a DM with this link just as we went live?
Yeah.
No, I think they did a great job. It's a good movie. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's an Oscar contender.
No.
But it's fun. It's a fun flick.
Did you see Weird Al in the credits?
No.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I fast forwarded. Well, I watched the credits where they were cutting to like different people playing music. Like I watched that part of the credits.
Yeah.
And then I just fast forwarded through the credits to watch the post credit scene where they're super old and they're playing like guitars together.
Yeah. No, Weird Al is in the music dancing stuff.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. Well, you're not as big a Weird Al fan as I am.
Ooh, shots fired, Brandon. Okay, welcome to the post show where we talk about our history with Weird Al. What makes you think you're such a Weird Al fan and that I'm not?
I got an autographed picture from him when I was in kindergarten.
You got it, or someone gave it to you?
No, I got it. I wrote him my own letter, and I made a little parody song for him. And I said I said maybe you can use this on your next album, and then wrote back with, we go legal, blah 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 blah. Mind you, I was 6 when I wrote this letter. Yeah. But some blah blah blah. But then attached to it was his picture, and it was signed.
Where's that picture now?
It got water damage, and it's no longer a thing.
Rough.
I blame that on my parents.
Well, yeah, parents do terrible things with their children.
They threw away my Intellivision.
Brandon,
like I collected all all those old ass games, and then they threw them away, and my porn collection.
That was hidden inside your Intellivision. I was a big Ninja Turtles fan as a kid, and I had so many Ninja Turtles action figures. I had the sewer play set. I had the Technodrome play set. All of it. I love those guys. They were my mom had a yard sale. Well, I was not home.
Here it comes.
And I think she got $20.
Ah, God.
For my entire. I mean, we're talking the Turtles. We're talking Splinter, Shredder, Casey Jones, Bebop, Rocksteady, Foot Soldiers, like everybody. Crag. I had. What?
Figures alone are like $5.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware. Yeah, she sold my childhood for an Andrew Jackson. and I know and I know my mom listens to this podcast, which is why I'm glad we're getting into this in the after show. But clearly,
Travis.
well into my late 30s, this still stings to this day. But I loved Weird Al growing up. Not enough to write him a letter, but I never wrote any celebrities a letter ever, so I don't know. Yeah, what's your favorite Weird Al song?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's probably gonna be the one song that I really liked was off of the God, I forget the album name, the one where it's like Nevermind. It's Weird Al naked on the cover, and it's You Don't Love Me Anymore. You know that song? It's like uh didn't why didn't you put those poisonous cobras? Do it in my underwear drawer. Got a funny feeling you don't love me anymore. Or lasagna that was always fun.
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Um, I really liked uh the uh oh, what was it? The Star Wars parody.
Oh yeah,
Bye
yeah.
Bye. Or what?
Not the yo Yoda.
No. My, this here Anakin guy, maybe Vader someday later. That was just a small fry. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. Although the Yoda one's good too. I don't know. Do you prefer Weird Al parodies or his original stuff?
I I like his parodies, and sometimes I don't know when they're parodies or they are his original stuff, and which I think is great. Like MacArthur Park, I didn't know was a real song for so long. I just thought it was a brilliant, as a kid, I just thought Jurassic Park was a brilliant song.
Yeah.
And I thought because when it goes into the breakdown, like really into like the really funky dun 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 dun, and in the video, like the dinosaurs are like kind of like doing that twist, the claymation dinosaurs doing that twist. I just thought, that's so cool how he switched from kind of this operatic kind of song to all of a sudden like disco, disco funk. But
Yeah,
no,
that's the other thing about Weird Al is he exposes you to things that you may not have been familiar with, but
yeah.
through those parodies. Punker Bean wanting to know, honest question: do you think you will ever review The Room, The Disaster Artist, or both?
I'm fairly confident
Did
we
we-
talked about
I
the
feel
disaster.
like we talked about The Disaster Artist. But
We've never talked about The Room.
No.
Because I have not seen it,
Nor have
and
I.
um,
My brother-in-law goes and watches it. Well, at least pre-COVID, he used to go like watch that like weekly with his buddies.
Really?
Yeah, like there's theaters in Southern California that just run it like cult movie, sort of like they would with like
Rocky Horror
Rocky
Picture Show.
Horror or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of clips of The Room.
Yeah.
I've seen, the top 10, craziest or whatever clips from The Room or must see, whatever. But I don't know. It's something I'd be open to talking about. I feel like we did talk about The Disaster Artist, but
Yeah.
I have no idea what episode that would be on.
No. Just keep an eye out for the tweets. Eventually, it'll get.
Yeah. Make sure you're following us whenever the algorithm decides that should be a podcast rewind.
One of these days when I'm in the right state of mind, I will probably watch The Room. Eventually, but it's got to be.
Yeah, I'm like, where's the best way to do that?
It's got to be. I got to be prepared for it. I have to maybe have good company where, like, if I watch stupid movies by myself, I'm less likely to be open to acknowledging and having fun with the stupidity. Sometimes, Sometimes Zombies was really good without without anybody around. Um, but yeah, one of these days, Travis, you and I, we'll get netflixparty.us and we'll watch it. Yeah, I don't know if it's on Netflix, but
Yeah, no, I was searching our website to see if I could find the Disaster Artist, and apparently I wrote a blog post about Civil War 2 back in like 2015 or something.
yeah, you
Weird.
sure did.
Remember when we used to write blog posts on our website?
remember when we actually wrote stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was back in the day when we had high hopes of being this expansive brand. And but the thing is you got to maintain a presence, and you have to like carve out time to do all that stuff on top of all the other things you're doing. So
Takes
for
time, guys.
for
Takes
our for our show notes, I used to, every time we do an episode, I would take that as an opportunity to write kind of extra thoughts about that episode in the blog and whatever type of thing. But that takes a lot of time too, and especially if we're like rushed or pressed for time, and maybe we didn't record on Monday, we recorded on Tuesday, but we know that we need to get it out. Then I'm like, whatever, I'll just put the outline. You do that one time, and you realize, you know what? It's so much easier just to put the outline out there.
Yeah.
But that's the great thing about the Patreon, I think, is because we know that you're supporting us, and we want to make sure that we're giving back to you in some way. Technically we're giving to you in the first place, and then you're giving to us. We could talk about this all day and night. We can.
Yeah.
And we will.
We didn't talk about stickers though.
No. Let's talk about that. This Friday we're gonna do a 24-hour talk about Patreon supporting us and us supporting you for 24 hours straight.
I'm gonna have to let my family know I have plans now for Friday.
We may take a break for about
20 to 23 of those hours. We might be on a break, but
yeah.
But otherwise, 24 hours of nonstop.
And that last hour, Travis and I will kind of trade
alternate. We'll trade off. Probably take a couple of breaks.
Yeah.
20, 30, 50 minutes of breaks. But well, yeah, it'll be good.
Stickers. Let's talk about stickers, Travis.
Stickers. We have stickers. Apathetic enthusiasm stickers. As a matter of fact, brand new design. This was a gift, an appreciation gift, for our patrons. I don't know if Brandon has one nearby. I think he scanned his immediate vicinity, but he does not have one.
You know me too well.
Yeah. He's gonna drag those old bones into the other room, so that you can see a sticker that has green in it. So with his green screen, it's gonna look real messed up. But yes. Rachel, you have yours. There it is. Does it look all messed up because of the green screen? Nah, it doesn't look too bad. There. Oh, well now. Whoa, it kind of is doing a little bit. There it is.
Like
Are you trying to put the eye over the eye? But yeah, we made those stickers as sort of a thank you. You can slap it on your laptop, your water bottle, your kids, your car. I don't know or just save it in an envelope. And then when your grandkids are clearing out your attic, they can be like, "What's this? What is this sticker?" Clever name. Doesn't make any sense though. How many of those do you got left, Brandon?
Oh, we got a handful of them.
A handful. All right.
Yeah.
Well, after Brandon sends me mine, then we'll find a ways or means to get that out to some other folks.
I should have sent you one. Yeah, sorry.
It's fine. It's just the design that I made for
it is. I gotta tell you, it's such a chore to go to the UPS store and send stuff out. It is such a chore having to support people. I can't believe it. But you know what? I'm not going to talk about it now. That's for our 24-hour.
Sticker cast this Friday. 24 hours, nothing but stickers. Catch us on the off breaks. But yeah, I haven't seen them in person, but I'm hoping the stickers turned out well. And thank you to everyone that got one.
They did.
Because if you got one, then
You're very
are
special.
the real MVPs.
You're very
if you
special.
want a sticker, let us know. And maybe if Brandon can get himself to go to a place to ship things, or maybe if you are a patron, then you can get one.
President Business asking, who do we order our stickers through? Well, wouldn't you like to know? You're trying to get extra stickers. You're trying to get our extra stickers.
Can I get a reprint of the Apathetic Enthusiasm stickers?
Yeah, I want my
Stickers.com.
Well, good news. I will. We go through a little place called Sticker Mule. I would look them up on Twitter. They're really good, and if you when you go to their site, they have deals every week. Do yourself a favor and follow them, make an account or whatever there. If you're looking to buy stickers or you're looking to buy pins or buttons, that type of stuff, and if that Friday they don't have what you're looking for deal wise, just wait another week, another 2 weeks, another 3 weeks, and eventually they'll be pretty good deals as far as they're concerned. And the quality of stickers is really good. Rachel, you spent like $300 at Sticker Giant. I've never been to Sticker Giant.
I mean, it seems huge. How if you don't mind, are asking how many stickers did you get for $300?
Yeah, how many stickers did you get for $300? Because I can just give you my referral code for Sticker Mule, and you could get just as many probably, and give me money.
What if we ordered through? We've ordered these Apathetic Enthusiasm stickers. We've done I think our magnets are from there, right?
Yeah, our magnets are from there.
These interdimensional RSS magnets, which I have proceeded to slap all over my building at work.
I believe I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that these buttons came from them as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I also don't have any of those buttons.
Yeah, I sent you some of those buttons. Pretty sure I sent those buttons to you. It's not my fault you'd never open my mail.
That is true. I also don't think I got those buttons. It's okay. You can just give them to me the next time we hang out.
No, when I sent you the Forks in the Timeline stuff, I sent you some buttons too.
I should really find those buttons then.
Yeah.
I mean, you sent me the sticker.
Let's see, 3 different designs, labels for your new dog treat line. Okay, I'm interested in about the dog treat line, but I'm trying to weed out the information. I'm trying to get to the core of the information you're saying. So 3 different designs. Skip all the treat line stuff. Okay. 150 to 200 stickers per design. Okay, let me break that down further. 3 times 200. So you ordered 600 stickers, essentially, like 450 to 600 stickers. Is that am I tracking? Is that tracking? That 150 stickers. Not you don't know if you got 450 or 600. That's a lot of stickers to not know if you got your your money's worth. I would go back to Sticker Giant and I would say, this is a giant gap of my knowledge. This is a giant waste of my hard-earned American currency.
This is how I see it going down. Is Rachel's like, man, I really need stickers, and then boom, 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 a giant opens the roof of her bakery and he goes, hello, I can make your stickers for $300.
Sticker Giant. No.
Give me the money, and I will make you stickers for your dog treat line. And then she gives.
How many can I get? How many can I get?
You'll get what I give you. Anywhere from 150 to 300 stickers. And then he just takes all the stickers and he just opens the roof again and throws them in.
Yeah.
And they just go everywhere. And they're in the flour and they're in the
Does
batter.
Does he do it like at the same time? Like he lowers down the roof again for just like half a second, lifts it back up.
As soon as her PayPal clears, he's just like, here you go. And then boom, boom. I'm the sticker giant. Who needs stickers?
He's the sticker giant. It's just like
he's just skating down the highway.
Just a guy looks like me, but with pasted on fairy wings on roller skates, just going like that.
I want him to be a giant, but his wings are like super small. Like there's no way he flies with those wings. They're just there.
Yeah.
And he's got a long beard that blows in the wind as he's hey, I'm the sticker giant. And he's just
he's got a
rain with all kinds of like glitter embossed stickers.
Yeah. And he's got a burgundy fanny pack.
That's where he keeps them. He's like, hey, little kids, want some scratch and sniffs?
Hey, mom, can I have 25 cents?
Stay away from the sticker giant. If he finds your stickers, he'll steal you in your sleep.
Make sure you put your sticker wrappers underneath your pillow, and you'll get $1.
Maybe that's why kids always put stickers on the windows of like my car and my house, is so kids know that if you put a sticker in your window, then the sticker giant in the night will pass by your house and he'll gobble up the other children that don't put stickers in their windows.
Holy crap. And as you grow up, as you become an adult, you start to forget this stuff, right? It's inherently known as a child where you want to put stickers on a bunch of things, but as an adult, you grow out of it. And the sticker giant doesn't care about you anymore when you become an adult because he knows that you don't believe in him anymore.
Yeah, you don't believe in stickers as an adult.
But that's why I've never been bothered by the sticker giant, because I have stickers on my laptop and I have stickers on my desk and stuff like that.
Yeah. People that are really worried about the sticker giant will often have numerous bumper stickers on their car. And if you see that, you know that they really have deep-rooted concerns about sticker giants.
That's right. Maybe those families, and I don't know if you have this on the back of your van, but those families that have the stick figure versions of their family.
Nope, not my van.
not my van, not my family. Maybe the people who have those, maybe their kids have talked to their parents about, hey, mom, dad.
Sticker giant awareness. It's important, and families need to understand.
Well, and this is great to know because September, as we're going into, is Sticker Giant Awareness.
Giant Awareness Month.
Breaking it down. We've come so far. Anyways, Rachel, thank you for talking to us about the stickers. We were not aware of this thing. So this sticker, right? So like you see how big my hand is. That's about 5 feet wide.
It's giant.
Oh no! I'm turning into the sticker giant. This is so this deal was die cast sticker, 3 inch by 3 inch at the most. 50 of these for $10 was the deal. So you could have, what is that? So 150. What is that? $30, right?
Yeah.
for that deal, and you could have done that for your 3 designs. I'm not saying Sticker Giant's bad. They're probably really good. But Sticker Mule, I have had lots of success. They're really friendly. They're really really quick with getting the not the casts, but
like the proof. The proof.
Yeah.
Because they'll email you a proof for your approval prior to actually producing your stickers or whatever you're having made. We've had good luck with them, and we aren't doing super bulk orders like 750 stickers or anything like that. But obviously for your business, that's something that you need to do. But I will say their bulk orders over at Sticker Mule, the price seems to go down as you go up in number as well. So I don't know. Sticker Mule, not a sponsor.
Now let's maybe we should reach out to them. Okay, side note.
Literally, I have a whiteboard on the side of me for side notes.
Oh, classic. I have this pad of paper I got from Podfest back in March from Blueberry, not a sponsor, although we're an affiliate.
We are an affiliate. If you're thinking of starting a podcast, why don't you head over to blueberry.com where you can get 1 month free using our code AEPOD.
That's right. But when I was at Podfest, I got this pad of paper, and it says episode, it says date, it says content, links and timestamps, which why would I ever write out a link? It's dumb. Notes and call to action. I haven't used it. I
Clearly
just found
based on our podcast.
Yeah, well, I'm not writing out links. Well, that's the worst part about that. Like, and you see my hand.
You could write like shorthand ideas for like, I need to go get a link for Google.com or something.
Okay. All right, Mr. Smarty Pants. You think you're so smarty pants.
My pants are so smart.
Oh my gosh. I have like 2 pairs of pants that I rotate through.
It's almost time, guys. It's almost time for me to put the shorts on the high shelf and bring the pants back down from the high shelf. And do the annual transition from shorts to pants.
Do you have a ceremony?
Oh no, yeah. There's readings that have to be done, and a sacrifice. It's usually a pair of shorts that don't. It's a pair of jorts. Yeah, the pair of shorts that I should have gotten rid of last year, but I still wore throughout the summer. They might get the boot.
I had
you
to
wear
skip
pants all year long, don't you? Even in Florida.
I do. Yeah.
You're so much like my wife. Sometimes
when I'm mowing my lawn and I'm wearing jeans in the heat of summer, and I say, this is awful. I should not have done this. But I wore shorts to I rotate. I wore shorts to just weed whack, just because it just rained. All the grass was wet, but I needed to trim some of it down.
Yeah.
I started weed whacking, wearing shorts, and the electric weed whacker that I bought. You have to hold one button down, and then you can start the actual weed whacker part, right? Kind of standard fare. Standard. Well, on my lawnmower, I hold the button down, and I have an electric lawnmower now. I just bought that recently. Hold the button down, and then pull the thing down, and then it'll start going. Pull the throttle down. Well, on the weed whacker, there's 3 different buttons. One that actually starts it, one that you have to hold before you can start it, and then the line button where you press the button to release more line to weed whack. Okay.
You have to manually release the line.
Yeah. So like you press the button, and then then I'll go "Woo," and then release some more line. It's actually pretty quick, pretty easy. But I
Right.
felt drunk
I-
or something.
I'm an auto feeder. That's just how I roll.
Oh yeah, well I didn't have that much money. Yeah, I'm not rich like you. I'm not rich, in
Yeah.
in spirit or funds. Um, well, I must have been drunk or something.
You were drunk weed whacking?
No, I felt drunk. I felt drunk when I was weed whacking, and I kept pressing the line feed button to start the weed whacker instead. And so I'd press the button and be like, "Oh shit, wrong button." Press the other button and then start it up. Well, it did it one time. It was fine. Like extra line came out and went whack whack whack, broke off, and it trimmed itself. And I was like, okay, cool. But then I did it like 3 more times, and then like the fourth time, I like fuck, I did it again. But this time, the line broke off and went thwapping my shin. A little piece thwapped my shin, and like,
That hurts.
damn it, Travis.
Stings. It
This
stings.
is it does. It did.
And,
It did.
and you cursed me that it happened?
Well, yeah. Well, I knew we were gonna have this conversation.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I do that, but with shorts. And so then it just cuts
Well, no,
through
no.
my bare skin. Oh, you
No,
were
I-
wearing shorts to weed whack.
Yeah, I was wearing
Yeah.
shorts at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah, no fun. I take an probably an inappropriate amount of pride in edging my yard. I don't know. I'm such
I
a
don't know what that
Jerry.
means.
Those like going along the sidewalk and making sure that like the where the grass meets the sidewalk, that there's like a nice clean line at the edge of the grass. Like,
Okay. All right.
yeah, I'm a Jerry.
Do you edge your grass with the weed whacker and just like flip it like that?
So my weed whacker has
Welcome to weed whack time.
welcome to Weed Whack Hour with Brett and Travis. Hey guys, all right, tonight we're gonna be talking about Black & Decker Weed Whacker. This is a battery operated model. It's got the same battery that my blower and my drill have, so it's great. I can interchange them. I can keep one charged while I'm out there in the yard working. Anyway, this model, it has
whacker pro tip.
it's got an adjustable weed whacker whacking edge, so you can have it like this for your average whacking, but you can also Anyway, my weed whacker has a button on the edge that rotates the
mine does
end.
too.
Yeah, so that it goes like straight up and down, and it has a little wheel on it, so you can actually just kind of roll it along the sidewalk, and it keeps a nice straight edge there. Yeah, hashtag straight edge.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. So I do that.
Yeah. We just did that.
People that showed up for the sticker giant and then left in the weed whacker hour, like,
Yeah.
I feel you. I get it.
Yeah, you know what we didn't talk about, and this is gonna be a little bit downer, so we'll have to pick it up after we talk about this briefly. But we did that, and we didn't talk about the Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, and I thought about it actually while we were talking because, when we were talking about pops, we were talking about pop vinyls, and one of the pops that my son has is a Black Panther pop, and yeah, I thought about Chadwick and thought about what a shock that was this weekend, because I legit had no idea that he was even sick.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing is that nobody had that idea, and yet he still left such a. I mean, I didn't really know who he was before Black Panther, right? And he left such an indelible impact on so much in the time that he was in the limelight, the spotlight.
And all of the people that worked with him. I've heard so many people talk about just what a genuine guy he was, like on and off set, and just a tremendous loss. We were talking about yard work. Saturday, I was mowing my yard, listening to an audiobook just to cement the fact that I'm a Jerry. But I was listening to Bob Iger's Ride of a Lifetime. He's the CEO of Walt Disney Company for the last 15 plus years, and it just so happened that the morning after that tweet came out was the chapter on the Marvel acquisition by Disney, and he takes time in that book to talk about making Black Panther the movie, and he talks about Chadwick Boseman for a little bit, and I was real close to crying while mowing my yard just because it is just such a huge loss, and so at least sudden to us that didn't know about what was going on beforehand. But I was pretty bummed most of the weekend, and a lot of great support and respect, out in the internet community for him, and just wish his family well, and hope that they're doing all right through all of this. But we're gonna be watching Black Panther this week at the old Menard House. So we not this weekend, but the last weekend we had just done Pain in the Ass-a-thon, right? Like, and all about the colorectal cancer, and it was just it's just a terrible thing. That's the first thing Sheena said to me after I shared the news with her. She's like, isn't that what you just did like a telethon for? And I was like, yeah, and it affects a lot of people. I'm 30. Am I what how old am I? 38.
You're
38.
38. Thank you, Travis. Like this news has me being like, okay, well, nobody wants to get a colonoscopy, but it's a leading cause of illness in men. So I'm like, especially with as much spicy stuff I eat, and then my stomach's already always fucking torn up. Yeah, I might as well.
I might check it out.
Yeah. Hey, D Squeeze.
Squeeze. Hey, what's up, brother?
Came in at a downer part. So
yeah.
Anyways, well, let's talk about Sticker Giant for a second.
Come get your stickers.
Okay.
That makes no sense to D Squeeze right now.
It makes no sense at all.
So what are you up to tonight? What are you
nothing. I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you want to know about the song I wrote?
Tell me about a song I wrote.
It is.
You might want to sing it.
It is not safe for work.
Okay, so if you guys are at work, this is not safe.
It is not safe for work. Let me see if it's called A Love Song.
Oh, you're very welcome for the sticker and the letter. Thank you, D Squeeze, for supporting us.
Thank you.
It is truly the least that we could do. It is a gift from the Sticker Giant.
Also,
Rachel, are you still here? Or did you leave because you hate us and our improv?
We were helping her out. So we were giving her good stuff, and
those hot tips, those sticker tips.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Here's the genesis of this song, and I can put it on Patreon. Sure. But the genesis of the song is this. I wanted to write a song, and I'm gonna take a step back. My friend Aaron, we're in this text group with Matt Sizemore and another guy, Aaron plays guitar, I play guitar, and we kept doing songs back and forth where we would talk about Grand Theft Auto 5 and about how Matt's a piece of shit and he trolls everybody with the oppressor, which is, I do that too. Anyway, so it was text video back and forth to each other on that. And so Saturday night, I started working on a song, and I was like, I just want to do like just a real quick, funny song, like "Hi, stupid piece of shit." Bah, 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 bah. But then it turned into, oh well, let me. How do I plug in my guitar to the Rodecaster, and how do I get this effects in there? Oh, I've got the virtual drum set and all this type of stuff. Oh, you know what? I like that rhythm. I'll do something with it. Well, I need some words to it, and then the words just are so stupid. But because the words are stupid, then how I'm saying things are stupid as well. So I'm gonna load it up on the Rodecaster. It'll take a second. But while I'm doing that, Travis, why don't you talk to D Squeeze about some stuff? Did your sound go all weird? Yeah. Oh yeah. I think your sound went all weird. Well, shoot. I guess while you fix your sound, then I will continue to do my thing. Yeah. Here, I'll tell a poem. What? Once there was a dog, and this dog, he met a frog. The frog didn't know that once you sit in the bog, that the water makes you soggy. But if you get a towel and a little bit of beef, you can make yourself some towel bulgogi, which is a Korean dish that we all love. It's great.
Everybody loves it. Do I still sound weird?
No, you're good. You're good. Welcome back.
I also moved my Rodecaster, not my Rodecaster, my 2i2 in a very inconvenient location for doing that. So I might have to move it again. May have to rework the desk layout. You got that song queued?
No problem. Yeah, it's almost queued. It's almost there. It's at 70%. And once it's there,
like download
we'll. No, I have it downloaded. I just want to make sure I can play it from my soundboard.
Loud and clear. Okay, so what are you doing in Minecraft? What are you up to?
I'm ready to go whenever you're ready.
Okay, well we can talk Minecraft here in a minute. This is now Brandon's song.
Okay, here we go.
Entitled.
Here we go. A love song. Hello, my friends. I say it's too late to play games, but I never really do explain. There's someone over at my place, doing something to my face. I'm banging mom with my dick. I'm banging mom with my dick. Your daddy says, please don't go. Honey, please, you must know. He only wants you for a minute to get his raging member in it. He'll bang you out with his dick. He'll bang you out with his dick. She's got a raven head. She's got a raven head. I don't mean to sound cocky, I mean just what I say. But don't let your mother near me, or else she'll see the Milky Way coming from my dick.
It's a solar system dick. It's a constellation dick. Or it's a major dick. Talking about my penis in your mother.
Anyways, there you
When
go.
does Jimmy
That-
Stewart come in at the end?
that last bit was an Ursa Major dick. I don't want to say Ursa Minor because I mean, it's not a
Well, yeah.
minor thing.
Yeah. You're gonna mess up D Squeeze's household there by waking his wife.
There you go. So that's what I came up with. The thing I was most proud about is you can't really hear it on there is the random, like, it gets kind of serious in the the middle with the harmonies, with the she's got it, she got me craving it. And then the Milky Way part was it's so crass.
You know what I learned on another podcast in the last week or so? Did you know that our solar system is called the solar system because our sun is named Sol?
Oh.
And so when people talk about other solar systems, they're not other solar systems. They're other planetary systems. Because ours is the solar system. Like if you I think it's the Andromeda system or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because it's the name of the star.
Interesting.
Isn't that weird?
That is really, really weird. Huh. That's fucking mind blowing. It's the universe. The universe is like
D Squeeze thinks your track slaps.
Thanks, D
I'm gonna
Squeeze.
go out on a limb and call it a bop.
It's like I said earlier, it's a type of thing that it's so immature. I'm proud of them.
I think it's the perfect parallel response to Cardi B and her hit song.
I have not heard that song. I have not listened to it yet.
Good for you. Good.
Yeah, it's because I want to come up with good music, right? And I want to come up with good lyrics, but
you got to start somewhere.
But I gotta start somewhere. Yeah. Anyway.
That's good. I will say
Not treble. There's too much treble in it. I'm working on the mixing. That's really what I want to do is figure out how okay, got one guitar, got the drums. I don't have any bass. I think I want to buy an electric bass one of these days. Don't tell Chelsea.
This is just a secret between you and me and the 101 followers on Twitch.
And everyone else is listening right now. And then the vocals with the harmonies. I don't fully know how to get them mixed well, and I don't know if it's my headphones. I don't think, because when I listen on headphones, they sound one way, and then how it comes out on a TV or how it comes out on a phone, every way sounds differently. And
speakers make a big difference, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
So if I want to do music, I think what I need to do is get an actual set of speakers to put out onto the side.
I got my Edifier speakers, and these things freaking rock. I could play your love song and blast them. I also love that these speakers are hooked up to my computer and my turntable at the same time, and I can just switch an input and play either one. It's good times. A love song by Brandon Cruz.
It's called a love song.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I love to bang Matt's mom.
Circling back to the zombie farm, enchanting some diamond equipment. Nothing crazy. Looking for some netherite and another fortress. I'm right there with you. I haven't been playing consistent Minecraft, but I did find a little bit of ancient relic or ancient sculpture. So got a little bit of netherite, but that stuff is so dang rare. And I want to get into potion brewing, but I got to find that nether fortress so that I can get me a blaze source. It's I haven't said those types of words in years, but yeah, it's something I need to get back into.
Man.
I don't know. My kids they came into Minecraft real heavy at the beginning and then dropped off super fast. So I don't know. I could encourage them to come back to it, but my son's too wrapped up in Fortnite. I gotta do something about that.
My kid is just really really bored, and he got this Iron Man game for PS4, this PSVR game. He was playing that and he got really frustrated with it, and so he stopped playing that. And then randomly he wanted to know where the 3DS was so he could play Pokemon Crystal, I think, yeah, for back in the day. And then he wants to play League of Legends on my computer, on my Mac. And I've been pushing back on him playing on my Mac, because I'm like, it's not a gaming computer and I don't really like playing games on it, so I don't necessarily want him playing games on it.
Yeah.
But also it's where all my work and stuff is, whether it's this podcast or anything else. But all he has is a Chromebook, which you can't load up anything on there. And so what I wanted to do is Christmas is around the corner, but it's still far away, and all these kids are going into virtual school and all that type of stuff. So I'm like, I'm debating on whether or not I want to just take that plunge a little bit earlier, and buy him something that is, low grade gameable for him. He doesn't need graphics and all that type of stuff yet, but something good enough for some games, good enough to do other schoolwork, virtual schoolwork, and not wait till Christmas when the school year is halfway over. I'm not really sure yet.
What you do is you head over to PC Part Picker and you start building that minimalist build, right? You pick out all your parts, set your budget, and then get all of the different pieces and then build the computer with him. So not only is he getting a computer that he can game on, but you're also teaching him about PC building.
Can you do a virtual class for him? Because I've never built my own computer.
What? You've never built a computer ever? Never, Brandon Cruz?
No, I'm a networking guy. I have other people who build computers for me.
That's fair. I'm a software guy, but I've built 2 computers. I will. If you go out on Reddit, they call PC building like adult Legos, because it's so easy now. Really, PC Part Picker makes it really easy, because you can go and it gives you links to all these different components, and it will do a running compatibility check, so you can make sure that the RAM and the motherboard that you're getting are compatible and things like that, and that your power supply is gonna support however much equipment and stuff you have in there. But yeah, highly recommend that you and Tim build a PC
Tim,
together.
my older brother,
you and Tim and your son, that you all build a PC together. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there's one for $7,000 that I can build.
You don't need to go and do the custom water cooled options out there. PC Part Picker is a tool that you can use to build your PC. But
look, they have builds. They have build templates. Look, entry level Intel gaming build.
Yeah.
$500.
I don't know what your budget is for PC, but I will say that I have been a Mac guy for a really long time, and then moved to an office where everybody had their custom build PCs and everybody's PC gaming. And I was like, I haven't built a PC in a long time. I think that'd be fun. And so yeah, I've been really happy with my PC build. And then just in the last like month, I bought another hard drive just to expand some space, and I'm upgrading my RAM this week. So things that I could have done with my Mac, but probably would have cost me twice as much, and my options would have been limited. So
Yeah.
I still love Mac. I love the Mac interface, but
well, we've talked about this on the side, but I've gotten away from PC gaming, and the thing I use my computer for mostly is for working, whether it's actual work or podcasting or doing stuff on the website or anything like that. That, like, although I do like playing video games, the computer has kind of become synonymous with being productive.
yeah.
And the Mac is more productive for me than a PC ever would have been, especially since I can take it like with my other laptops, my other PC laptops, my Windows version laptops. I can never take those into the other room willy-nilly or off the cuff and be like, okay, now I'm gonna do whatever I'm doing in this room, now I'm gonna do it in that room, or do it in the bedroom, or do it in, I don't do it on the toilet because I don't want to get shit particles on my laptop. You gross people. Why would you do that?
Yeah, drop your name in the chat if you're watching us right now while you're sitting on the toilet, on your phone or something.
Yeah, so it's
you ever think
anonymous.
about that, Brandon? You know somebody's done it, right? You know somebody's watched a stream, like they're like, I can just go to the bathroom while they're on. It's fine.
It has to have happened. But what I really wonder is, what lines have you and I said that was the catalyst for just a massive deuce coming out, right? Like, what was it? Was it something
sticker
you said?
giant?
Oh, that sticker giant. Oh, God.
Stupid. We're dumb. Sticker giant got some splashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about splashback just real quick? If you don't have a bidet, that splashback is it's like a mini bidet action.
Rachel reminding us that she had to pee, and she used our chat to ask her husband for toilet paper. I do remember that. I do recall. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. That's different though. It wasn't a big old dookie coming out your butthole. It's different. Like urethra, butthole. It's a science term. It's a science term.
Yeah. This is the science podcast that we're on to now.
Well, look, speaking of science, we were watching the Cobra Kai the other day, and there's a scene where the high school kids are dissecting a fetal pig, right? And my son was very, very upset about it. He's an emotional little guy, and he was torn up that they were dissecting these baby pigs. And we've all seen dissection in media. Some have done it in school, actually. I never dissected any animals while I was in school. Chelsea, though, she was like, oh yeah, we did that. We were doing that. And she's like, yeah, that was probably one of my favorite things to do, which is it feels kind of morbid, right? Anyway, I think the point of that is I think my wife is a murderer.
I will say this. I was in like high school biology, very much not looking forward to the frog dissection portion, which is something that I knew was part of the class. I knew that it was something, and I think like kids could like opt out, or if like their parents like wrote a letter or something, they could not do it. But I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'll be fine. and I was not excited about it. But by the end of the process, I was like, I was the one. Like all the other kids were like, "Yeah, all right, let's go play hacky sack in the corner." And I'm like, "Oh, if we do this, like we can get to like this part." And I was like, because at that like once I started it and like we were like doing it, and then it like the gross out factor kind of went away, and then it was like, oh, I was legit interested in like how this animal worked and how like the different parts, functioned and
Sure, yeah.
worked together and things like that. So yeah, it's
whatever.
weird. It's weird. It's a
I
thing.
my family has my grandpa, he grew up in a ranch in New Mexico, and a couple years back we do like 4th of July weekend there, like a family reunion. I would be basically me, my brothers, and my mom would be the only white people white people there, and they'd be like, who are you? And I was like, oh, I'm Randy's kid. Like, oh, that's right. That's right. That makes sense. Who you are.
That makes sense.
He's the only one who married a white woman in his family.
You're the only one that's covered head to toe in sun protective gear.
Yeah. In like the really thick lifeguard.
The zinc or whatever.
The zinc oxide. Anyway, so my brother and I, we I think I might have told this story before. We were walking with my great aunt, Corrine, and we were walking along this dirt road, and along this dirt road there was a ditch that was dug, and I think they were trying to put like a water pipe in the ditch. And we looked down in the ditch, and there was a big ass rattlesnake down in the ditch. And we're like, oh crap! And we're looking for a stick to go, poke at it from a distance. Right?
Poke at a rattlesnake?
Yeah, it was in a ditch. It couldn't get to us. But my Aunt Corrine, she's mid-80s, goes over, grabs a big ass rock, and it just starts dropping big ass rocks on this rattlesnake to kill it. And badass woman, she kills a rattlesnake, right? So we take it out. And my brother and I were like, well, it's dead. Let's, what else? What are we also going to do with it? Like,
gotta eat it.
We're not gotta eat. Yeah, gotta eat it. A long time ago when I was a kid, we killed a rattlesnake and then we ate it. And my uncle made it, and it was really salty. It was too salty, but tastes like chicken though, salty chicken. Anyways, so Brett and I, we started dissecting this rattlesnake with like a really rusty ass knife, and we're like trying to cut through it and all that type of stuff, and dissecting it. And it's one of those things where I was like, this is kind of weird. But I can't stop now. I gotta keep going. And like then it like we opened it up, and then because we wanted to like save the skin, we didn't know what we're doing. We're trying to skin it and like save the skin, and like there was like a big ass bulge in its belly. And then we opened it up, and then it was a like it had eaten a mouse at some point in time. Anyways, it was really interesting, but disgusting. Yeah. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite science.
Sure, that's
fair.
But
But Chelsea, if she kills me, you will find me just flayed,
pieces everywhere,
and she'll just be like with like a little electrode, shocking one of my intestines.
Is that why she always has you use plenty of lotion? Is to keep your skin,
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah. That's the Silence of the Lambs reference, guys.
That snake didn't survive. I'm not sure if I told you that part of the story.
Yeah. I don't think it did. All right. Well, I think on that note,
we ruined the skin. By the way, that Swiss Army knife. It's not a great cutting tool.
No.
And after we did it, they were like, "Oh no, well you did it wrong because you're just supposed to cut off the head, and then just peel it back. You're supposed to peel it off like that." But we were like trying to cut through the belly, just trying to you know, go in through it, just ruining the skin, just
Yeah.
ruining.
hacking it up. I will say at the Omaha Zoo, there is a rattlesnake display in the Desert Dome, and my favorite thing to do is to walk up to that display, and it's this big curved piece of glass that's probably like 20 feet around, and is to stand there and start counting how many rattlesnakes you see, because you'll look and you're like, all right, oh, there's 4, and then you keep looking and you realize there's like actually probably 20 in the area that you're looking at, but they blend in so well and they're so well hidden, like even just in like plain sight, that the longer you look, the more you realize how many there are. And it just scares the crap out of me that if I was like out in the desert, like they're hidden so well, like how many rattlesnakes you could just like walk right by or something and not realize that they could kill you.
Yeah. Well, when we were kids, I was maybe 10 or 11. My brother Tim was walking through the same, again, in New Mexico at this ranch, and him and my uncle Daniel were like walking through the big tall grass, and all of a sudden they hear and so they freeze, and then they're like, help, and my uncle Chris runs over with a big ass shovel. I guess maybe not a big ass shovel. It's probably just a regular size shovel, but to me it was a big ass shovel, and then lopped its head off. Just those things can be anywhere. My mom always freaks out when she's there. That's why she has to go to New Mexico in a camper and not like a tent.
Like a tent, yeah.
Because she's like, I don't want to get snakes, and I really feel bad for one of my cousins. This is a snake story. Because there's not really there wasn't running water there's a well that we'd get water from, and my grandpa would keep like a little tray or whatever with a hand washing station. And when I was really, really young, I told one of my cousins, and I don't remember which cousin it is, I was like, she was washing her hands in it, and I was like, oh, you shouldn't wash your hands in that. And she's like, why not? I'm like, oh, that's where they wash the snakes. The snake. That's where they wash the snake blood off of. And she got really sad and upset about that. And then I got in trouble.
Yeah. Classic Brandon mess around right there, guys.
and that's why I'm where I am today.
Yeah.
I've been punished.
Well, speaking of being punished, I think we're gonna wrap things right there. Thank you guys so much for being amazing. Thank you for staying on and hanging out with us this evening. If you're a patron, we got some things ready for you guys. They're not ready. We're gonna make some things for you to include behind the scenes of me making this week's episode image. So stick around for that.
This week's episode image.
This week's episode image.
Oh shit!
Did you already make it?
No. I do that. I do that in 20 seconds. When on the days that you don't do them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually make one, and then which means I need to get on it. So you guys have a great night. Thank you guys again for watching. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing wherever you are. And we will be back. Long holiday weekend in these United States. So maybe we can find some time to I don't know, get a stream on or something over the weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe I can talk Brandon into it if he's not too busy making music that slaps.
That's me. That's me switching the radio station to slapping.
I thought you were gonna use that as a lead into you playing your song again.
No. I couldn't dream of that. All my friends.
I say it's too late to play games.
It's too late to play games.
All right, guys. You guys have a great week, and we will see you guys later.